What's up, everybody? This is A Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening, and tonight we will be discussing Sun square Pluto. It is a natal aspect in the natal birth chart. So you may have this and you may not have it. If you do not know your birth chart and everything that comes along with it, you can hit me up. I got you. I can break it down for you in order for you to understand it. So let's address the sun and what the sun is all about. The sun has to do with your ego, your identity, your energy, self image. It's really the area that people perceive you, how they look at you, how they view you, and also the way that you view yourself and perceive yourself. Also, it has to do with your father, your actual father, or the male figure in your life. It has to do with authority, male figures. Okay. So now Pluto. Pluto is about death, rebirth, transformation. It has to do with being destructive, okay? Even obsessions, addictions. It has to do with crisis, obstacles, pleasure, sex. All of these things have to do with Pluto. Hidden information, things that you hide from yourself, hidden knowledge. Okay, the occult. It has to do with taboo topics, things that people don't want to discuss and they don't want to talk about. So now the square. Anytime you see a square in an aspect, it's going to be a conflict. It's going to be an obstacle. It's going to be a difficult placement to deal with in your life. So this will also be similar to if you have Sun opposite Pluto, or if it is a Sun conjunction Pluto. So the conjunction is going to be similar, just a little weaker, meaning it's not going to be felt as rough and hard or as intense. But definitely the square and the opposite is going to be more similar. But now the opposite is going to be that you're looking at this thing from an opposite standpoint. So the planets are going to be completely opposite. But you know, with opposite, you can absolutely draw from that polarity in order to balance it out. So now, with the square, you don't have that opportunity to draw from the opposite polarity to balance it out. So it's definitely going to be an intense struggle, but yet and still, you can still move mountains, you can still move from this difficult aspect. So we're going to jump right into this. Sun square Pluto, men and women. These men and women really have a lot of built up anger and frustration, okay? A lot of rage goes on in these men and women lives, okay? They can very much be very self destructive, okay? They went through a lot of shit. They had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of grief was in their life. They had to really survive and be able to come into their own. All right. So now, also with this placement, men and women can find themselves to be very much, and other people too, can find these men and women to be very much out of control. At times, people will look at them like they are out of their minds. Okay, just going straight up ape shit, straight up ballistic. Okay, uncontrollable, can't be tamed. These are these men and women. So in their life, they really did struggle with low self image, feeling like that they really didn't have a lot of self worth. They really didn't know who they were. They didn't even know the powers that they hold within inside themselves early on in life. So early on in life, these men and women did have a male figure in their life that was very powerful in the eyes of these men and women, very controlling, very demanding, okay? telling you what to do, bossing you around, restricting your movements, not allowing you to do whatever it is you wanted to do. So it was very hard for these men and women to be able to express how they were feeling, what was going on in their minds, just being their own true, authentic self. It was hard for them to be able to be who they truly was because it was not welcome, it was not accepted, and they had to be a certain kind of way, especially around whoever was in these men and women lives, either if it was their father, their grandfathers, their uncles, or even if they was adopted. Okay, and it's the foster father, whoever it was, they could not show their true raw nature out into the world. Now, definitely the parents could have very much tried to keep them shielded and guarded away from the darker side of life. They didn't want them to be exposed. They didn't want the hard core truth of the world to be presented to them right at their face. But at some point in their life, these men and women will encounter some intense, severe um, obstacles. Okay, they can even feel like they're down to the bitter core of breaking down and just losing their whole damn minds, just to be able to transform that energy into a great light. So these people can definitely transform themselves and be something completely different, something completely brand new. Almost like, you know how you're going through a rough time and life just beat you down. And then one day you get fed up, or one day you just come to the realization that I had enough. I'm not going to keep doing this anymore, and I'm going to build myself back up. I'm going to make sure I can reach the top. These are these men and women. So also with this placement, these men and women could be very much do very well in psychology, being psychologists, counselors, talking to the youth, talking to the masses in general, just being able to be very powerful and very influential in somebody's life. It's something about the way that these people speak. It's something about that's inside of them that really pours out, and it really has a major impact in somebody else's life. Okay, very powerful people. And as a matter of fact, this is a very powerful placement to have alone. Okay, it just says. So, um, they have to meet their darkest side, okay, at some point in their life. They could have dealt with a lot of abuse in their lives. A lot of things could have went on and took place in the home, outside the home, around the home. But something definitely went on and took place with these men and women. It could have been very much that a lot of secrets and things like that were going on, taking place. Things could have been hidden from them also. Okay, not being so much put out into the forefront. These are also the type of men and women that could have found out secrets later on in life, just figuring things out, things just coming out to a T. Okay, one second. Also, with this placement, men and women, it doesn't matter because it applies to both. And I got a whole lot to say on this because this is some powerful shit. Um, these men and women will reject, okay, their dark side for a very long time. They ignore it. They don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want to deal with it. They pretty much do recognize and know that there is a pull towards dark shit. Dark shit surrounds their minds. Even images, okay, come and creep up into these men and women minds. These are the type of people that can have dreams of some rough, brutal things going on in their dreams. They can be fighting, they can be killing, they can be getting killed. They can have dreams about their enemies, people they don't like, people that don't like them. Could just pop up in their dreams. People that they ain't even seen for years, okay? Could just come up in their dreams And they could just be punching these people all in their faces and cutting these people all up. All of these things go on in these men and women mind. Their minds are very much dark in nature. But they do try to ignore this. They try to hide it. They disregard it. And they do not want to fuck with it. Okay? They want to live life in just like bliss in a way, especially early on in life. And that's exactly what I'm more so talking about with this part. Early on in life, this is how these men and women are. They don't want to be confronted with the dark side. But now, what ends up happening is that the universe places obstacles, mountains, and all types of hell and hot water into their life in order for them to be faced with the actual devil. The devil is actually in these men and women faces, okay, staring them in the eye, and they're staring him back in the eye. And now they see things for how they are. And now it's not that fucking illusion to what they thought it was anymore. All of that shit is out the fucking window, okay? Everything is now being presented, okay? So now they have to face their dark side and bring their dark side to their light side and balance this energy out, okay? Because it all is connected in one when you really think about it. So that is a lesson that these women and men do have to learn, how to balance out that dark side and the light side, okay? Also, with this placement, these men and women can be very secretive people, okay? As I said earlier in the video, that a lot of secrets and stuff could have been going on in the home. Their parents could have been drug dealers, even into some heavy, deep-rooted shit, okay? They could have been robbing shit, busting licks, okay? Been in gangs. Their parents could have been thugs and thugettes. Their parents could have been involved into some scheming and scammers, okay? Fucking with the credit cards and just doing all kinds of devious, devilish shit, okay? Their parents could have very well been doing things like this. And these men and women become very secretive themselves, all right? Just very guarded. And now, doesn't mean that they knew that those things were going on with their parents or not, because actually these things could have been very well kept from them, because like I said, the parents probably didn't want to expose them to the life, even though they were already being exposed to something to an extent. So these people do become very secretive. So now, you can know these people on a very deep level. You can know these people and vibe and kick it with them, have a good time with them, know them for years. But I'm going to tell you right now that these men and women, it's going to be hard for you to really know them down to the bitter core, because there's a lot of things going on with them that you will not know, that you will not pick up on, okay? And it's almost going to feel like to you, in the long run, okay, that you only knew a piece of them. Okay, you never fully knew exactly their whole deep truth. You never knew all of these things about them. You didn't even know that they went through traumatic and enormous situations in their life. You didn't know that they had to go through what they went through, because they don't look like what they've been through. But they've been through some things in their life, these men and women. And because of this, they can have some strong, extremely strong willpower at the end of the day. Okay, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. So these men and women will come into their own and now have strong willpower, extreme and highly just strength. All right, these people are going to be able to be very powerful women and men in their lives. They're going to be able to speak out to people, large groups, not just small. They can do the small, but it's going to be large. They can speak to the masses, okay, and let people know that this is how shit really is. This is not the shit you thought it was. These are these type of men and women. They are trendsetters. These are people that can bring things out to the full fucking forefront, the whole damn light completely out, okay? But they have to go through what they're going to go through, whatever that may be. You're definitely going to have to look into your natal birth chart to see how everything's going to manifest and play out. I hope I'm not catching a cold. I'm not. Okay, so Also with this, they can be very manipulative people when they want to be. They can play mind games. They can get into your mind. They can get into your brain. That's another reason why I said they would do very well with psychology, because they are intrigued by just people minds in general. They're intrigued by their own minds and just how the mind works in general. But they can play the mind game with you, okay? Very good with words, know how to speak, okay, know how to ask you questions, see what you're going to say back, sit back, observe, listen, watch you, these people can very much be very much skeptical, very skeptic of things that go on in the world, that take place in the world, even with the government and things like that. These can be the type of men and women that are not trusting like that. They don't trust so easily. Okay, and this is exactly why it's going to be hard for them to just be able to reveal their whole damn truth and their whole damn world to you. Okay, so moving right along, these men and women, they can be drawn to things that are very mysterious, mystical, magical, the occult, astrology, things like this. These men and women can be very much drawn to that. They want to know what's underneath the surface. They want to pull back the layers. They want to be able to get down to the depth, get down to the bottom. They want to know the truth. They are truth seekers at all costs. Okay? They also are very much obsessed with success, obtaining a goal, and just being able to be successful, okay? Even obsessed with money, okay? They want to be powerful people. The thing with them is they didn't know early on in life the powers and the gifts that they had and hold, okay? So they could have very much felt like they were in a rut, felt very much blocked, or like something or someone is blocking them from their success, blocking them for their full potential, their capabilities. They could have felt like they have been being restricted, not allowed to be able to come into their own. So now they could have really doubted their own abilities, okay, and not really been sure, but always felt the need, always felt the drive inside of them to push forward, okay. They could have very much struggled with drug addictions. They could have been sex addicts, okay, addicted to sex, and just needed a whole damn outlet to be able to feel free and explore. But they also could have very much just felt like they needed to really just break down. Okay, these people can feel like they are breaking down from their struggles, and like I said, they could have been drinking too much alcohol, just really escaping their problems and struggles, things that went on in their life. They could have just been trying to ease the pain, take the pain away. Okay, because life really does beat these men and women down. They could have been homeless, not had a roof over their head, not having people, supportive people around them, okay, egging them on, just inspiring them, uplifting them, holding their hand in a sense to really pull them back up when they are weak, okay, when they felt weak, when they felt like they needed it. It was people that were not doing it, not showing up, not being very supportive people, okay, not being there. So what happens is these men and women, they transform themselves into an amazing way. Okay, they come up as a brand new person because they felt like they was in that place of loneliness, helplessness. Okay, I have to bear this alone. I gotta be out here doing this shit on my own. Okay, and a lot of times it could very well play out that these men and women, they don't even have to be alone, because they could be with their partner, and it's just them struggling, and everybody sees it, and everybody knows it, and nobody is trying to even help just a little fucking bit. Okay, now sometimes some people may help you. Don't get it twisted. Some people might come along help you out and stuff like that. But as far as really showing up, okay, no, it was not happening in that way. Or maybe their friends or maybe their family members, whoever it was, wasn't even able to do it. So this is exactly what I'm trying to say. They really had to get it out the mud. They really had to push through. If it was just them or it was them and their partners, they had to do it on their fucking own. And because of this, they come into their power. They come into their own. They come into their strength. They come into their courage, and they take the shit over by full fucking storm. These men and women are a force of nature. They are a force to be reckoned with. They are people that are going to do extreme, enormous things. Okay, once their Saturn returns, okay, because I do want to elaborate on that. Once their Saturn returns, which is going to be about the age of, I want to say about 30 to 35, and then this energy is going to be a little bit more easier for them to be able to manage and deal with. This is going to be the area where they are going to be able to excel, okay? Come into their full blown damn power and be that full fucking force that they truly really are. And people are going to be amazed, okay? These are the type of people that they're either going to um, these are the type of people that people are either going to love them or they're going to fucking absolutely just fucking hate them. Okay? And that's just the bottom line. Because their aura, their presence is something about them. Okay? It's undeniable. You can't deny it. But one thing for sure, you're going to have to just fucking respect it. Either you're going to reject it or you're going to respect it. And that's just what it is, because these men and women are not going to stop. They're going to pull through. They're going to push forward. It's just what they're going to do. Okay, now, these men and women, doesn't matter, are going to have a strong connection, okay, an unbreakable bond with their fathers or the person that was the male figure in their life. They're going to have a strong bond with their fathers, even to the bitter end. Even when their fathers pass on and die, are long gone, they're still going to have this connection to that man, okay? It's never going to leave. The legacy inside of them is always going to be present. These people are always going to feel that man's presence around them, okay? Even though they had their power struggles with him, even though he might have been too controlling and too demanding, too overprotective and too powerful and controlling, whatever the case may be, they're going to still recognize, remember, and acknowledge that man for who he was, whatever he represented, and they're going to hold that person still dear to their heart all the way until he dies, and even after, it's still going to continue, okay? So that is going to be a very strong connection within these men and women, their fathers, and the male figure that was in their life, that was present in their life. What else can I say about this placement? So these men and women could have been very much abused. Okay, they could have dealt with different types of abuse. Okay, could have been mentally, physically, emotionally, sexually abused. It could have been either one of those things. It could have been all of them damn things I just said. But something went on, something took place that really shaped and molded these men and women minds, okay? It dealt with their ego, it dealt with their psychological mind, and it really made them feel a whole damn way, okay? These are the type of people that can run corporations, be managers, all right? Be GMs, supervisors, things like that. But also, really more so large corporations. These people have the ability to be able to run shit, okay? Run the fucking world. They can own many businesses, not just one. Okay, have a business over here. Yeah, I got one in Atlanta. I got one in New York. I got one in Texas. These are these men and women. They can do it. They have these powers. Okay, also very good at solving problems, being problem solvers, okay? Making a difference out into the world. Trendsetters. These men and women are very much drawn to having a powerful status, okay? Being drawn to powerful people also, all right? Now, don't get it twisted, because even though they are drawn to powerful people, people that are in a status or living that life, these men and women can be drawn to criminals, okay? And people that's living that life too. So don't get it fucked up, all right? They can be attracted to criminals, thugs, thugettes, gangsters, hustlers, people that's out there on the block, strippers, okay, pimps, pimpettes, madams, all of that. These men and women, it's not limited to just this or that. It's a wide range of things with these men and women. Also, with this placement, they could have a mental breakdown at some point in their life. They could feel like they just are at that breaking point. Just feel like they really feeling really low in a place, in a space in their mind that they really cannot endure anymore. They can't take it anymore. They need to break free. They do not like superficial shit. They can spot that shit out a mile away. They love official shit, authentic things, authentic people. They like real shit. They don't like fake shit. Okay? That's just what it is. Very much truth seekers. As I said before, a lot of family secrets went on in these people's lives. Might have had to keep a secret. Okay? They probably wasn't able to expose any damn thing. You see what I'm saying? They probably just rolled out with the family. Didn't say a damn word about whatever it was that was going on. Could have been that they didn't know that anything was going on either. And it was just a full-blown secret. And even to this fucking day, they might not even know the damn secret. See what I'm saying? See how shit play out? That's how it could play out. But these men and women are very powerful women and men. Okay? They can even be gangsters. They can be very rough, very tough, very thorough. Okay? And actually, their fathers or the male figure in their life could have been those same exact things. Rough, tough, very solid, very militant, very strong persona, strong on the outer, strong on the inner. Just had that strong presence. Just a strong presence about them. Also, with this placement, these people could very well have a lot of built up rage, a lot of built up energy, a lot of built up anger, frustration, and it could have very well stemmed from siblings, their neighbors, people in their community, people that they went to school with, classmates. It could be people that's their friends, ex-friends. Okay, a lot of things could have went off. A lot of things could have affected these people's minds, and now they are not able to trust like they once were able to trust. You could have broke their trust down, friends. You could have broke their trust down, brothers and sisters, neighbors and classmates. You could have took a toll on these people, and now they're not able to fully be able to trust people on that fucking level no more. They could have also not have been really able to trust their fathers also. And whatever went on and took place, who knows? Maybe the father was abusive. Maybe the father was too scary. Maybe they was afraid of their father not to fucking not do what he said don't do. Okay? Maybe the father sexually abused them. Or maybe the father just was very controlling and demanding and had that kind of persona where they really just, feared him. Could have played so many different ways. This is why you need to know your birth chart. And if you need that help, I got you. Okay, also, moving along, the male figure could have very much been not in the person's life, not present all of the time. The father could have been, gone. Okay, he could have been dead and gone, not even present. Okay, it could have been the grandfather that was probably the one too, also that was stepping up or there for a moment, and then he passed, or he went on and did his own thing, or they could have just abandoned you. Okay, was there and then left. Okay, wasn't there at all. Okay, and somebody else had to take on that male figure role. See what I'm saying? This is why I keep leading back to that, because it could have been your father, but it could have been somebody else that was around you. Didn't have to be him, but it could have been. Okay, And yeah, your father or your caregiver that was the male figure could have been working a lot. Okay, probably could have got deported. Okay, could have got deported, and now you don't even see his damn ass. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of things could have went on and took place in these men and women lives. Also, with this placement, there's so much to cover. Oh my god. Um, their actions could have been very much destructive and self-destructive. Okay, and that is exactly what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the addictions. Okay, self-medicating yourself. Um, just drifting off into drinking a lot of beer, drinking a lot of alcohol, um, going out there having a lot of sex, casual encounters. Okay, a lot of things could jump off and take place with these men and women to find a way to cope with what they have been through, what they have gone through. All right, heavy drugs. Okay, could play a major part. Also, it could be just smoking weed. Getting high. Just tuning out, just wanting to get away from all the day to day bullshit, the chaos, and stuff that you go through in your everyday fucking life. These men and women do have intense, very intense emotions. Okay, please keep that in mind. They would do very well also in being investigators, private investigators, detectives. Okay, they find this to be very interesting to get down to the source, get down to the root, get down to the bottom of any situation. Okay, and they could really seek out payback for people that have done them wrong. Okay, really want to teach them a lesson. Really want them to know you should have never even fucking played with me. You should have never even took the opportunity that you took upon me. Yeah, they could really want to teach you a lesson. Definitely, these men and women can definitely go there with you, and they can even be very much very violent at times. They can be very destructive to themselves and to others when they feel like they have been crossed, betrayed, okay, beat down by a person. Okay, these people can go there. So this is my placement. Also, this was a request tonight from somebody. They wanted me to do my interpretation. So I hope you liked it because I sure did. But yes, this is my placement. So I am in tune with all of this energy. I do know this from experience. And this is a lot of life lessons. But one thing about this placement, it allows you to come into your true, authentic self, your full potential, your full power that you didn't even know that you had early on in life. When you felt like you was powerless or you felt like you was hopeless, when you felt like there was no hope available to you, nobody that you could run to, you transform yourself, your mind, your ideas, and everything just comes and it's like a rebirth. It's a death. It's a full blown fucking death and a rebirth that comes to the forefront, and it allows you to persevere. It allows you to be able to come into your own true self, be that powerful men and women that you will be, because these people will be powerful men and women. This placement is a powerful placement to have, very dynamic placement to have in your natal birth chart. If you have it, it's very rough to deal with because you do deal with a lot of pain, a lot of strife, obstacles, mountains to climb. You will experience in your life a lot of losses, whether it's the physical, actual death of somebody, or a loss of a relationship, a loss of a friendship, a loss of a business dealingship, a loss of a job. A lot of losses is linked to this placement, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. And even though shit is chaotic and shit is fucked up in this world, these men and women will rise to the top. They will do whatever it is that they are set out to do, whether it is speaking out to the masses, whether it is getting their voice out there, They will leave a major impact into somebody's life. Um, Even if it's counseling, they can really touch somebody's soul down to the bitter end, down to the core. They know how to get there because they went through it, and it's still in their mind. It's fresh, it's new, it's not old, it's right there for them to be able to help you out. Okay, listen to what you have to say and give you back some valuable information. So be sure to check out my online store. It is Grimy Gear, okay, at www.gramygear.com. If you need a caterer, be sure to hit me up. I am the chef goddess also at supremeroyalcatering at gmail.com. If you need my husband to do any work to your home, swimming pool, or business, be sure to hit him up at aronnesbit90 at gmail.com. His business is Steve's Handy Helpers. Also, if you need me to analyze your birth chart and break it down, it will be $70. If you need me to do a compatibility chart, Synastry chart, or Composite chart, it will be $90. So this has been a force of nature, spiritual awakening. Love is love. Peace and blessings to you all, and I will see you on the next one.